Hey y'all, welcome back to Healing Gardens. As you can see, we are doing a garden makeover for my son in Lubbock. And my little grandkids are going to be running around in this video. I've got it on fast forward because it was a long project and I've got lots of video for you to see how we did this. My son had some soil from a part of the yard, and we put that down, and then he had some bagged compost, and we laid that down and just kind of getting the weeds and grass pulled out, raking everything smooth. Definitely not perfect, but better than it was. And we're going to put down some landscape fabric. And my son is periodically checking the irrigation to make sure it works. So we lay down all of this landscape fabric around the garden. I don't believe we had any landscape staples, so we used rocks and got it all in place. So after we got it all in place and my son got the irrigation exposed, we started planting immediately. I was only in Lubbock for a couple days, and this garden pretty much took up one whole day. It was a lot of fun working with my son and, of course, my grandkids. And we got them a pretty good start to a garden. We planted quite a few different things. I had brought some onions, so we planted those, and I had some seed for cucumbers, cilantro, just a bunch of different things that I thought the kids would enjoy. Oh, sugar snap peas, and there's the baby. She just loves running around, checking everything out. She's like the little supervisor. Let's see what everybody's doing. And it was a lot of fun. I can't tell you enough how much it was so much fun. We got all the seeds planted on this day. And I had a few plants for them that we put in. And then they had a strawberry plant. And later on, they put in some tomato and pepper plants, which I did not have at this time. I think we put in some basil. And that might be a blueberry bush. I can't honestly remember. But we got it planted in the garden and out of that pot so that it can do better. Here I am sitting down. We're going to plant some onions. And sister thinks that she is going to help me plant some onions. And you'll see in a minute where she's just all over the place. Helping Granny, helping Daddy. And of course, brother, he's real big on helping Daddy. And he was trying to help him with the irrigation. It was pretty funny. But we got a lot done, and my son sent me some update pictures, so I will post those at the end. And this was just truly a labor of love, and I am always ready to teach someone gardening and just what I know, what I've learned over the years, what makes it easier to have a successful garden. And so I did a talk at Natural Grocers while I was down in Lubbock, and we had a nice little crowd there. And of course, talking about gardening, and I had some free seeds for everybody. They carry botanical interest seeds, and that is what I predominantly use anyway. So here we are. I've got my fertilizer, my Espoma plant tone, and we're just gonna keep planting. Here you can see I was going through some of our plants, picking out some different things that my son might want to plant in his garden. My daughter-in-law is not picky. She said as long as she has a cherry tomato type, and I think peppers and basil, she didn't care what else we planted. But we had sat down and wrote out a plan for where he wanted to plant everything. And so that made it a lot easier for both of us to know what we're doing and where things belong. And then we talked about watering, especially planting seeds when we're having this hot spell in Lubbock is necessary to keep water constantly on everything. So here I am. I found a little bucket to set on and finish planting the onions. And this video, I made it about a month ago, but it's just been sitting in my phone trying to get edited. So I'm glad to finally get this out there, and just to show you a different style of gardening than mine. It's hard to believe how good these babies are. While we were working, they just followed us around, checking it out, and they were especially fascinated with watering, of course. And so after we got everything planted, it was a little more challenging to keep them off of the garden tarp. There were plants and seeds planted everywhere, so it was challenging for them to, they didn't really understand what was going on. So that's about it. We got all our planting done, and I'm going to show you a few pictures here that he took recently. And like I said, I just really enjoyed this little project. See you in the next video.